Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, Shinrin Yoku, and Yurt Life, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, October 3rd, 8 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. Shishaldin Volcano, the 13th Paroxysm episode occurring today, ash-rich emissions to 40,000 feet as a second earthquake in a week hits near Naples as fear of Campi Flegrei grow. Keep calm. It may be boom time. Severe storms expected in Oklahoma on Wednesday afternoon. Heads up. And Tropical Storm Phillipe is making a beeline towards Maine. It's insane. Severe weather for the plains. Record warmth for the Great Lakes and Northeast. Thunderstorms associated with large hail and wind damage. A few tornadoes alongside the chances of excessive rainfall are expected this afternoon and evening across parts of the Great Plains. For the eastern shores of Florida, dangerous surf and rip currents are expected with a persistent offshore flow through today. Record high temperatures from the Great Lakes to the northeast are expected as well. Holy heck, look at that. That is the severe weather that may be moving through by tomorrow morning. Those storms are going to then be popping up here in Oklahoma. And the warning cone for Phillipe has it going directly over Bermuda. So that could also be a concern. Bermuda right in here. So we're keeping a close eye on that. 2 p.m. Friday for a Bermuda contact with Phillipe. Seismic update. We told you about an uptick in quakes in Japan, and they just continue to uptick and uptick all day, culminating in a 6 magnitude and multiple aftershocks, an ongoing event in Japan. The most recent quake 4.0 in southern Alaska, no other quakes of note worldwide. Now on to the Volcano Report. Shishaldin's ongoing 13th paroxysm, ash-rich emissions to 40,000 feet. Pretty spectacular. Sabancaya to 22,000 feet today. Stromboli as well. And we have another puff from Shishaldin just recently to 25,000 feet. Semeru to 14,000. And that brings us to Slamat Volcano in central Java, Indonesia. Increased seismic activity could be leading to another eruption. Good news, it only erupts at VEI 1 or 2. So, Slamat Volcano, another one to add to the list of erupting volcanoes worldwide, as more earthquakes are hitting near Naples as fears of Campi Flegrei grow. And you can see all the earthquakes here in the last 7 days, quite a few. Look at that. Those are all the quakes in the last 7 days. And another large quake in the last 24 hours, over a 4 magnitude here is another one, 2 or 3 magnitude. So the seismic swarm continues at Campi Flegrei. Space weather news update. The sun is quiet. X-ray flux at B9. Geomagnetic field is quiet at 2.2. And the 3-day geomagnetic forecast is all calm. As we take a look at Discover Solar Wind, strange perturbation here in the plasma speed earlier today. Interesting. What was going on there? Now, the northern hemisphere of the sun has been in charge. For the second month in a row, sunspot counts in the sun's northern hemisphere are more than double the south. Take a look for yourself. The asymmetry is obvious in this summary of September sunspots compiled by astronomer Senyol Sanli using data from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. Clearly, the northern hemisphere beating the southern hemisphere. Here is the international sunspot numbers with smooth data, and you can see the sun has gone quite quiet over the last month, and the prediction not much higher than solar cycle 24 at this point. Could solar cycle 25 be coming to an end? That is the question. Now, how to see the last ring of fire eclipse until 2046? Well, you got to live on this band here. So that is the path of totality for the annular solar eclipse, which will cross North, Central, and South America. It will be visible in parts of the United States, Mexico, and many countries in South and Central America. In the U.S., The annual solar eclipse begins in Oregon at 9:13 a.m. Pacific and ends in Texas, the nexus of the Schmexis, at 12:03 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So get out and look up, but don't do it without some eclipse glasses. Yep. Or you'll burn your retinas, for goodness sakes. The Blue Walker 3 satellite is officially one of the brightest objects in the sky. It is unacceptably bright for many sky observers around the world. Scientists with the International Astronomical Union announced that one of the brightest objects visible in the night sky is not a star or a planet, but rather the Blue Walker 3 prototype satellite. And guess what it's used for? Yeah, 5G communications. All the links will be below. Stonehenge study upends a 100-year-old theory and suggests further discoveries to come. Well, what they found is one of these upper stones may have come from a far-away place. A team led by researchers at the Department of Geography and Earth Sciences, Aberystwyth University, UK, has discovered a secret about Stonehenge stone number 80. This is also known as an altar stone, suggesting it did not come from the same source as the other stones used in the construction. Now, many of the smaller stones are believed to be derived from a source 140 miles away from Stonehenge, but the altar stone is different and may be from a quarry much further away. These are, archaeologically speaking, rocks that have traveled the longest distance from a quarry to a place where they were used for a megalithic structure. Absolutely mind-blowing. Now, has the sun's true role in global warming been miscalculated? The team at Ceres thinks so, and we do too. A new international study published in the scientific peer-reviewed journal Research in Astronomy and Astrophysics by 20 climate researchers from 12 countries suggests that the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, might have substantially underestimated the role of the sun in global warming. Well, can you believe that? We'll be discussing this tomorrow night on our X Space, Twitter Space, Wednesday, 10/4/23, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Eastern. No climate crisis with Diamond the Dave and the Truth Shepherd. Join us for a truthful discussion about climate change, the modern grand solar minimum, and more. And on Saturday, Ransom and I will be dissecting Abu Huraira, I'll get that right, in Syria. This site is older than Göbekli Tepe, and they're suggesting that comet airburst triggered major climate change 12,800 years ago and initiated the transition to agriculture. So we'll discuss the paper on Revolution Radio Saturday, noon Mountain Time in Studio B, and that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned and we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon, support the work we do. Watch all of our content in one place, commercial free, and be safe. We love you, and that is a boom.